students, welcome to 60 out of 60 in KCET Chemistry 2025 series in just 200 days. And before that, I want to wish all of you a very happy new year, and I really wish that whichever colleges you want, you just succeed in whatever you are able to do in this particular year. That is my best wishes, and I hope this year is full of success and prosperity for all of you. Okay, so with this positive note, let us start today's class of hydrocarbon part 4, where we are going to discuss the physical and the chemical properties of hydrocarbons. Okay, so now let's get started here. Okay, so as we have discussed, there will be 11 parts of this particular class, and today we are in part 4, where we are going to discuss the physical and chemical properties. Okay, so yes, let's move forward. One second, just year-wise weightage I have already told you. And before that, yes, so something very exciting for this new year, as we all know that we have launched the PU2 Success Blueprint Test Series to help you to score 95% or above in your board examination. So the price of this was actually $599, but since new year has come, something new is there. So there is a discount coupon for you. If you use this coupon code, that is NY2025, okay. If you use this particular coupon code, then you can avail this test series at just rupees 499. Okay, so flat rupees 100 off is there. And remember students, this offer is only till Jan 10th, so do not delay. Go and purchase the test series as soon as possible. The link will be there in the description section of this video. And before that, let me just tell you what all things will be there in this test series. So there will be 12 mock tests, which includes 4 part tests and 8 full-length papers from the subject PCMB or CS. Okay, there will be doubt clarification classes, one-shot revision videos, PDF solutions, and most importantly, detailed video explanation solutions videos will be there. Okay, so now once again, if you want to take this, please do not delay. Already so many tests have been over, but you will get access to all those tests if you join right now also. So please go to the description section, click on the link and purchase it as soon as possible, because the prices may go high after this. Okay, fine. Now coming to our today's class, so physical properties and chemical properties. So physical properties will be discussing about the solubility and boiling point. These are the most important topics from where questions are being asked. And then in chemical properties, we have these 7 reactions, that is substitution reaction, combustion reaction, controlled oxidation, isomerization, aromatization, reaction with steam, and pyrolysis. Okay, so let's move forward. So on physical properties, we have first thing that the hydrocarbons are non-polar. Okay, so if they are non-polar, then what will be the consequence? So non-polar means, one second, so non-polar means what will happen? They are insoluble in water, okay, but soluble in organic solvents. Okay, next coming to the boiling point. So boiling point is directly dependent on mass. Okay, so for example, you have ethane and butane. So butane has more mass, so definitely butane will have more boiling point. Okay, next is if the masses are same. Okay, so for example, you have one compound C5H12. Okay, so you have a structure like this, 5 carbon are like this, you have one structure like this, okay, and you have one structure like this. Okay, so just let me number it 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so now what happens? Boiling point decreases if there is more branching. Okay, so you see this is a straight chain, there is no branching here, there is one branching here and there are 2 branchings here, right? So boiling point will decrease if the branching increases, right? So that means what happens? This one which is having more branching will have the least boiling point. Okay, so we will get like this. Okay, that's all about physical properties. So here questions are asked like 3-4 compounds will be given. You just need to arrange them in the increasing or decreasing order of their boiling point. Okay, so 2 things should be known. Masses, if mass is more, then definitely the boiling point will be more. If masses are same, then you need to check the branching. More branching, less boiling point. Okay, Fine. Now coming to the chemical reactions, or the first chemical reaction that we are talking about is substitution. Okay, under substitution we'll be discussing halogenation. So I think all of you generally all of you know what is a substitution reaction. We'll talk about halogenation later, but just let me give you an example like this. Okay, so suppose I have a reaction like this. Okay, now what is this B? If this X replaces this B in the product, okay, then what we call that B is substituted by X. Okay, that is an example, or that is the meaning of substitution reaction. Now halogenation means what? See, suppose you have CH4. Let me just show with bond so that it will be more clear. Yeah, so you have like, sorry, okay, so you have like, okay, 1 minute students. Yeah, so suppose you have like CH4, okay, and then you just react with chlorine and HNO, okay, and the product that you get here is, okay. So now what I can see here is, see, this hydrogen which is present here is replaced by a chlorine, replaced by a chlorine group here. Now what happens there? That means what will happen? The chlorine group, the H group is replaced by the chlorine group, and that is what is called as a substitution reaction. Okay, substitution reaction. Very good. Now we will be discussing about the mechanism. Okay, so how this mechanism takes place. So actually I have written it in the wrong slide. So it is like this. See, you have CH4, and if you treat it with Cl2 and HNO, okay, so remember this reagent, you will get this hydrogen will be replaced by chlorine, okay, plus HCl. Now if this compound is there, okay, and you just again treat it with Cl2 and HNO, so what will happen? One more H will get replaced. So I will get, okay. Now again suppose you have this particular compound and you treat it with chlorine, again one more H will be replaced by chlorine. Next, if you again react it with Cl2, then one more H will be replaced. Okay, so that is why if there are 4 hydrogens, all the hydrogens will be replaced by chlorine. Now let us understand the mechanism for this one. Okay, so first you should know one word, what we call the mechanism. The mechanism is called as your free radical mechanism. Okay. Now why free radical mechanism? Because in this process there is the formation of free radical. Okay, and now in this mechanism we have 3 steps. First one is initiation. Spelling wrong I did, sorry students for that. Yeah, initiation. So first there should be an initiation or the formation of a free radical. Who does that initiation? We have chlorine molecule, okay, and we are giving HNO, right? So due to HNO means HNO represents light energy. So due to this light energy, what happens? This bond break, okay, this bond break, and we get chlorine radicals. These are called as radicals where there is one odd electron. Okay, now coming to propagation. Okay, so now what will happen? There was a CH4 group, right? Okay, and we have this Cl dot. Okay, now what will happen? This bond will break. Okay, this bond will break. So there are 2 Cl dot, right? So now this bond will break, or I'll just write down first 1 Cl dot. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, just a minute. Yeah, so in propagation what happens? We get, okay, here what we get, this bond will break and you will get here a CH3 dot. Okay, a radical of methyl radical is formed. Next what will happen? This CH3 dot can react with this Cl dot to give you CH3Cl. Okay, so that is how the propagation reaction takes place. Next, how this reaction will end? Termination. Termination reaction happens when all the free radicals are consumed. So now see what all free radicals we have, CH3 dot and Cl dot, right? There will be many CH3 dot, there will be many Cl dot as well. So what are the different combinations we have? We can have Cl dot reacting with another Cl dot to give you Cl2. We can have CH3 dot reacting with another CH3 dot to give you C2H6, or we can have one CH3 dot and one Cl dot reacting to give you CH3Cl. Okay, so when these all free radicals are consumed in these three types of reaction, then the reaction terminates or stops. Okay, so that is the mechanism. Mechanism is not asked in anywhere, but you should remember this particular word, that is free radical mechanism. Okay. Next, coming to combustion reaction, very simple reaction. All of you know what are the combustion reactions. So any hydrocarbon, okay, any hydrocarbon reacts with O2 to gives you two product, that is CO2 plus H2O, okay, and heat. And the important thing that you should remember here is this is an exothermic reaction, means heat is released. Okay, one more thing I want to add here. Okay, here I will add the order of this reaction is like this: F2 is more reactive than Cl2, okay, then you have bromine, and then you have iodine. Okay, so suppose you have this methane and you have fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, then fluorine will react the fastest. Okay, and now coming about the hydrocarbon, 3 degree hydrocarbon will react faster, then 2 degree and then 1 degree. Okay, so these are the two orders that you should remember. Next we have this combustion reaction. Next coming to controlled oxidation. Okay, so what is oxidation and what is controlled oxidation? So generally if you oxidize the hydrocarbons, we get carboxylic acid. Okay, but if you do this oxidation in a controlled manner using certain particular reagents, then you can get the product as alcohols, as aldehydes or alcohols also. Okay, so you can see first, so what are the different reagents, how you can do controlled oxidation. So if you have CH4 and you are doing O2 in presence of copper at 523 Kelvin and 100 atm pressure, then you will get CH3OH, methanol will be the product. Okay. Next, if you are doing just the same thing, CH4O2, but you are changing the reagent to MO2 and O3. Okay, so in that case what will happen, you will get aldehyde as a product. Okay, so here you have controlled more, here you have less control, so you can get the more oxidized product, that is aldehyde. And you just do, if the reaction with acetate, manganese acetate group, if you just react, then there will be ethanoic acid as a product. Okay, so these are the three reagents and you should be knowing their corresponding products. Okay. Next, see, ordinarily alkanes resist oxidation, but alkanes having a tertiary hydrogen, okay, can be oxidized to corresponding alcohols by potassium permanganate. Okay, so if you have tertiary carbons, then definitely they can be easily converted to alcohols by KMnO4. Okay, so we know one thing, from CH4 to CH3OH, what should be the reagent? Copper. CH4 to HCHO, that is formaldehyde, the reagent should be here molybdenum, and manganese acetate will give you acid. And tertiary hydrocarbons can give you alcohols in KMnO4. Okay. Next we have isomerization reaction. So here you should remember, isomerization means when you have taken a particular reactant, but in the presence of a reagent, it gives you different isomers of the same particular compound. Okay, so for example, if I have N-hexane, okay, if you remember the formula, it is C6H14, right? So I can write like this: CH3 CH2 whole 4 CH3. Okay, N-hexane. And if I just react it in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, okay, it undergoes isomerization and we get pentane. Okay, we get 2-methyl pentane and we get 3-methyl pentane. Okay, so you can see these are also having the same formula, but these are the isomers of N-hexane. So if you just treat it with this particular reagent, you can get isomers of that particular compound. Okay, this is called isomerization. And if you know what are isomers, isomers are the compounds which have same formula, okay, but different structures. right? Okay. Next is coming to aromatization. So aromatization means when you have a linear chain but it is getting converted to any aromatic compound under a particular reagent, we call it aromatization. Okay. So if you have N-hexane and you just treat it with Cr2O3 or V2O5 or MO2O3, okay, any of these three, Cr2O3, V2O5 or MO2O3, you can convert it into benzene. Okay, that is called as aromatization. Next is your reaction with steam. So steam means water in the gaseous form. So if I just have CH4 plus H2O, I should mention here gas. Okay, so you will get here CO, okay, plus H2. Okay, sorry, 3H2. Okay, so carbon monoxide plus 3H2 will form if you have just reacted with the steam. Okay. Next reaction is pyrolysis. So pyrolysis means, lysis means breaking, okay, pyrolysis means heat. So breaking using heat, breaking using heat, okay, is called as pyrolysis. So whenever you have a very big compound, if you just provide high temperature, it will form smaller compounds. Okay, so that it can form many type of products, so we cannot just predict. So that is an experimental based. So for example, if you heat it at 773, you will get C6H12 plus H2. You can get C4H8 and C2H6. You can also get C3H6, C2H4 and CH4. So different combinations of product are possible, but remember the total mass will remain conserved here. Okay, so yes, let's discuss all the reactions once again. Just a minute. Yes, so just briefly tell you all the things. So substitution reaction, what we studied, it is a free radical mechanism. Okay. Next, combustion, what are the products? CO2 and H2O. And next one point I told you, that is an exothermic reaction. Next, controlled oxidation, we have three controlled oxidations. CH4, you can convert it into alcohol, you can convert it into aldehyde, okay, and you can convert it into carboxylic acid, right? So now your task is to write the reagents for all these three in the comment section. Okay. Next, isomerization. For isomerization, we have the reagent, that is anhydrous AlCl3. Okay. Next, for aromatization, the reagent I have remembered V2O5. I told you three reagents are there, rest two you have to comment down. Reaction with steam, we will get CO plus H2. And pyrolysis is where heat is given and the compound, the products can vary, but the total mass remains conserved here. Okay. So yes students, that's all about the chemical properties of the hydrocarbons or the chemical properties of the alkanes. Okay, we will be proceeding with alkenes in our next class. But yes, before that I want to announce here, as I have already told you, but the only thing that I want to remind you is we are having a discount season now. Sorry, we are having a discount sale, you can say, where you can use the coupon NY2025 to get flat ₹100 off on this particular PU2 Success Blueprint test series, and this coupon code will be valid only till Jan 10th. Okay, so please do not delay, because after that the prices will again increase. So make sure that you join it as soon as possible. Link is there in the description section, and secure yourself to get 95% and above in your PU2 examinations. Okay. Yes students, that's all in this class, and I hope that you have enjoyed today's class. If you have any doubt, please comment down and let us know how is your preparation going on. All the very best students. Remember, we have to get 60 out of 60 in KCET chemistry. Okay.